Apologies for the glare. Can James McAvoy do anything wrong? I'm honestly kind of jealous at this point. The dude is too good. Hi everyone, it's me, again, Grant, the movie and TV guy. Hello. I now have 56 subscribers. Thank you for the people who have been signing on. Today we're talking about a movie that's been flying under the radar. Is it deserved or not? Let's find out. That movie is called, because I'm using two, so we do here. The movie's called My Son. It is streaming on Peacock, which means there was an ad break in the middle of the movie, which is kind of interesting. The film is directed and co-written by Christian Carrion, who, and it's a remake of a French film he also directed in 2017. I am not familiar with his work, really, although there's one other film I did see of his that was a foreign language film. It's called, I think it's Joyeux Noël, which translates to Merry Christmas in English. It was about the, which was terrific, which was about this, the truce during World War I, during the Great Christmas Truce. It was a wonderful film. But he's back with My Son, which is, again, an English language remake, and it's a British production. And with a pretty interesting gimmick. So before we get to the gimmick, what's the film itself about? Well, the film stars James McAvoy, like I previously alluded to. He plays a man by the name of Edmund Murray. He's this guy who works a little too much, doesn't really have time for his son Ethan, or, for that matter, his estranged wife Joan, played by the always terrific Claire Foy. As the film begins, we discover that Ethan was at a summer camp, but has mysteriously disappeared. He's a missing person, and essentially, when Edmund decides to prove that he's a good father to his son, who he does love dearly. It's not like he's completely neglectful, it's just that he's not, around. He decides, I'm going to look for him. But when it becomes clear that Ethan was kidnapped, and the police at a certain point say they can do no more, which was kind of an odd choice, literally it is up to Edmund as well as Joan to find their son. And complications ensue on the way, and that's what leads us to the gimmick. First of all, I really liked My Son. And what I really liked about it, the script in and of itself is pretty boilerplate. I mean, you've heard that kind of plot before. What makes this movie work, though, weirdly enough, is the gimmick. This film takes a very experimental approach, and is in a lot of ways more an acting exercise than it necessarily is a missing persons thriller. And why do I say this? Well, because here's the gimmick, and apparently it's carried over from the French film. The other actors, Claire Foy and the more minor supporting actors, got a screenplay. James McAvoy did not. So when we're watching this movie, he basically, what happened is that the filmmaker essentially told him, your son is missing, improvise. And so every time a new revelation occurs in this movie, it's new to us, it's also new to James McAvoy. He didn't know it was coming. So he had to improvise his way, and that is, if there's a minor weakness in the script, is that to do that kind of exercise, a lot of it is kind of exposition heavy, because they're trying to lead McAvoy to come to those conclusions improvisationally. But the thing that makes this movie, quite frankly, is James McAvoy. His performance is terrific. There's a scene in this movie where he is watching a long scene where he's that leads to him finding a clue, where he's watching cell phone video of his son, and you see just on his face. It reminded me a little bit of that scene from Interstellar when Matthew McConaughey is watching his kids grow up from Timothée Chalamet and Mackenzie Foy to Casey Affleck and Jessica Chastain through video transmissions, and it just kind of builds up. It's that kind of thing where he's watching it and you just see the emotion on his face. The man can act. And you really the director said his goal to doing this way is to get a genuine reaction out of the actor of what if you did lose your son? How would these revelations, how would you react to them? And how do you make them feel genuine? And it's amazing, because McAvoy really is good, and I think that is what makes this film worth watching. Otherwise, it's a pretty standard English procedural that you'd see anywhere else. Not to say that's a bad thing, it's a solid English procedural. The stuff around it, and also I gotta agree, Claire Foy is also terrific in what could have easily been a thankless role. She kind of makes it more than it is, because she's Claire Foy and she's terrific. But yeah, this movie lives and dies by how good McAvoy is, and he's always good. So, he's pretty great. And, if there's other big flaws, the ending was a little bittersweet and abrupt. I kind of wish, it was relatively resolved, but there was kind of this sort of question mark at the end. Otherwise, I really did like My Son. I would definitely recommend it, especially, look, it's on Peacock. Peacock relatively is free. You just have to watch some ads. It's a free movie base. And then even then, it's actually premiering again in December on the Roku channel, which is also, like, totally free. It is worth your time. The movie's not that long. It's 95 minutes. It's a real quick watch. And it has, two phenomenal actors in it, one of whom is really given a real test of his acting chops and delivers. So, what more can you say than that? I'm gonna give My Son 4 stars out of 5. It's not a perfect film, but it's totally worth checking out. It's a solid recommendation. Alright, so, that is it. 4 stars out of 5 from My Son. Close the book on it. We'll be back in just a little while. I'm going to take a nice little intermission, watch today's Nostalgia Critic, edit this puppy, put it out while I'm watching Nostalgia Critic, and then we are going to, later tonight, I'm going to have a review of the new Sam Raimi-produced family horror film, Night Books, starring Kristen Ritter. We'll be checking that out. Tomorrow we got a review of Cop Shop, starring Gerard Butler, as Mark Kermode calls him, and Frank Grillo. It's the new Joe Carnahan joint. Can't wait to see it. Friday, we got reviews of Cry Macho, and possibly everybody's talking about Jamie, and then, I'd say we'll do a Sex Education Season 3 review, although I might rope that in a little bit with, because I still haven't done Lucifer, I know. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another goodie bag. I really do. I think I'm just going to kind of line them up. But we'll talk about that eventually. And, yeah, that'll all be next time, and until next time, I'm Grant the Movie and TV Guy. I see it all, and I'm happy to share it with you. Oh, crap, almost forgot. Trailer Trash, none. Watch it on. Was there shawarma? Kind of. The ending bled into the credits for a little bit, but otherwise, no. Alright. Sorry, forgot about that part. Alright. That'll all be next time. Until next time, I'm Grant the Movie and TV Guy. I see it all. I'm happy to share it with you. Love you all. Appreciate you all. I love you all. Class dismissed. I love you 3000. Be kind to one another. If you like this video, give it a like if you want to. Give it a subscribe if you want to. Click the bell. I don't know what it does, but that is what you're supposed to do. If you want to find me elsewhere, some reviews, lists, and other fun stuff of this movie and more, you can check me out on letterboxd.com at Grant the Movie and TV Guy. I am currently debating, I started last week, Scenes from a Marriage, and it's great, and I'm kind of debating breaking my rule and letting a miniseries be on the best movies list, because it's technically premiered at Venice as a 5-hour film. Kind of tempted, I'm going to wait till the show ends, but anyway, I'm on letterboxd.com at Grant the Movie TV Guy. Thank you all. Take care. See you in a little bit. Bye.